So let's talk discontinued fragrances. I managed to find about 10 of them in my collection. You want to know what they are? Meet me on the other side of this intro and we're going to get right into it. I will see you in just a second. What's going on, everybody? You guessed it. It is your boy Trey Sense, and we got a little bit of a video, a little bit of a discussion for you. You know how we do it here on the channel. But before we get into this video, that's right, got a little bit of work for you guys. I'm gonna hold it down on this end, so I need your help on that end. Many of you that come by my channel and watch my videos, thank you, but you're not subbed. You're not subbed. Hit the sub, then hit the icon bell, so every time that I do a video, you're one of the first people to know about the video. And then after that, you can like it, share it, and all that other stuff. But definitely sub, and then definitely hit the bell. Okay, now that we've got that out of the way, to what you came here for. Discontinued fragrances. Now, the thing about discontinued fragrances is some of them have already skyrocketed in price. Some of them are still fairly easy to get and still relatively inexpensive. So you may want to pick them up now before the price jumps. Ooh, excuse me. Man, sorry about that. Before the price jumps up. Where do I start in this list? I'll start with one of the more popular ones, or one of the easier ones to find that you can still find at a really good price. I'm not suggesting that you stockpile these fragrances, but if you find one at a good price, and I did recently in a bargain bin for, I want to say $10, and it's from the house of Mont Blanc, and it is Starwalker. And this is one of the better freshies on the market. Fresh, woody, masculine fragrance, but definitely fresh and woody. Oh man, that smells good. And again, you can find this a lot of times at your Burlingtons, at your Marshalls. I think is where I picked the last bottle I picked up in the clearance bin. And again, it was around $10 to $15, and nice, solid pickup here. This is one I do feel like as time goes on, it may take 3 or 4 years, but the supplies are gonna dwindle. And when they do, the price is gonna go through the roof. And a fragrance that you could have picked up for $10 or $15, well, will be fetching a pretty penny. Now, you know how marketing works, supply and demand. So if you have it, you demand. I'm just kidding. That's funny though, right? It's corny, but it's funny. But no, seriously. If you buy this now and you hold on to it for a couple of years, my suggestion is keep it in a cool, dark place, so your bottle doesn't go bad, and you may be able to sell it for triple the price that you paid for it in a few years. Not the purpose of this video though. The purpose of this video is to inform you that this has been discontinued if you did not know it. And if you are a fan of this, if this is your signature scent, one that you absolutely love, it is definitely one that you're gonna wanna get your hands on and keep it in your collection. And by doing that, you know, you will keep your star walking alive. This next one is one that I just recently picked up. I absolutely love this scent. It is from the house of Diesel, and it is Fuel for Life. And I love this little bottle. I think it's sexy. I think the scent profile is sexy. This is a powerhouse of a fragrance. Very strong, very masculine. A little bit of a machismo to it, a little bit of an edge to it, a little bit of a bad boy vibe to it, but it has some citrus in it that's just inviting. A very easy to wear type of scent. Now you can still get this one. I picked this one up at Ross not too long ago. I want to say it was right before Christmas for $29. And since then I have not seen it at Ross. It's funny, discontinued fragrances like this will come in a wave. It's like they'll find some in lost stock somewhere or push some out or whatever they do, and all of a sudden they're out. And then once that is gone, it's like they drop again. True Religion Drifter did the same thing. I'm not sure if it's still discontinued or not, but I know at one time it was really hard to get your hands on, and then all of a sudden the price went up, and then all of a sudden they were back and the price dropped, and so I don't know where that one stands now. But this one is out there. Pick it up now before the price goes up on it. Very beast mode type of scent, but it does smell really, really good. Excellent scent profile on this one. Now, these are not all of the discontinued fragrances that I have, of course, because I have several, but these are ones that are still relatively easy to get your hands on, and the price hasn't skyrocketed much above what it was going for. Okay, one of my favorite fragrances in my collection, one of my most complimented fragrances, is from the house of Gap, and it is Electric, established in 1969. Or Gap Electric, yeah, we'll stick with that. Very simplistic bottle, but this is one of the better fragrances that Gap made, and I'm not sure why this fragrance was discontinued. It's one of those, every time I wear it, I get tons of compliments. People are wanting to know, what is that you have on? Because it has this, just this scent profile to it. A little bit of, I want to say that's birch, maybe. It has a little bit of the Aventus vibe, and I don't know when this fragrance came out, so I'm not saying it's a clone of Aventus, because it's definitely not. Where Aventus is pineapple and smoky, this one is straight citrus, but it has a little bit of that, I want to say that's birch. I'm not sure that this one has birch in it. Something in it gives it that burnt, birchy type of feel mixed with that citrus, but nonetheless. And I saw a bottle of this on Mercari for $7 just the other day, and I almost ordered it. I may end up ordering it. I may, you know, when I stop this video, I may just go to Mercari and just be like, yeah, I'll give you $7 for that. Because out of all the fragrances I have in my collection, this may be one of the hardest to get your hands on. And it wasn't a very popular fragrance. Of course, I looked up on the original bottle of this that I have at TJ Maxx for like $14 or $15. I saw this in a gift set on Mercari, sealed, never opened, for, I want to say $15, and I was like, I gotta have it, because I never run across it. And again, I've seen another one on Mercari. I'm gonna check if it's still there. I may pick it up, but this is a very, very hard fragrance to get your hands on. But the reason I'm telling you about it is because it hasn't skyrocketed in price, just the supplies have dwindled. So if you see this one, maybe you know a little cologne spot, you know, that sells fragrances, and maybe they have a bottle of this stuck back and you can get it at a really good price, I suggest you do so, because it is a very, very nice, masculine, but yet at the same time citrus based fragrance. It's something about the scent profile in this that women actually adore, and it was shocking to me that it received the amount of compliments that it does. But there it is. Look at that little bottle. That's a good little thumbnail right there. Hold on. Yeah, that's a thumbnail. Gap Electric, established in 1969. That's a good one. Okay, another one that has been discontinued for some crazy reason, but it's still in plenty of demand, still plenty available, so the demand hasn't gone up, so the supply hasn't dwindled, so the demand hasn't gone up. You can still get plenty of them from the house of CK, and it is Shock. And this is a great entry-level tobacco. Very smooth, but at the same time fizzy, but definitely a great tobacco note. Not a fruity tobacco, but just a nice masculine tobacco. This and Reveal, Flame, Euphoria, and Euphoria Intense are some of the best fragrances that Calvin Klein made, and of course the original, the OG CK. But this one is, again, a great place to start with tobacco fragrances. And I was seeing this every time I went to Burlington, and Burke's had it a lot. As a matter of fact, that's where I got my bottle, and I got this extremely cheap. It's one of those situations where the box wasn't priced and it was open, and you know, I brought it up to the counter. I was like, how much is this? And they were like, so they just kind of looked around at some other fragrances. It was like, how does $12 sound? And I was like, it's fine with me. So $12 for this. I think this is 3.4 ounce. Yes, for this 100 ml. And again, this is one, my bottle is practically full because I have not worn this much because I have other tobacco fragrances that I like a little bit more. But this is one I think the next time I go somewhere I have to throw on my hoodie because like it's supposed to be extremely cold this weekend. So if I leave the house and have to hoodie up, I may rock the shock. I may shock them with the CK shock. But this is one, before the price goes up on this one and supplies get low, you may want to pick it up, a bottle or two of it up and stick back. You know, again, in a few years, you may be able to sell it and make you some money. Or if it's one of those fragrances that you actually just love and enjoy wearing, you may not want to run out of it. So CK Shock is one that has been discontinued, but it's still relatively on the low budget side. Whew, man, I gotta get me a bigger table, y'all. Thinking about getting me a table that sits in front of me and gets me one of those mics that you sit here so I can talk cool like a DJ, do my videos like DJ Rob with his smooth ass, just talk into the mic like this. You know, yeah. What y'all think about that? You know, of course, that requires some more changes to the channel, but you know, you never know. You never know what Trey gonna do. But anyway, this next one is from the house of Paco Rabanne, and it is 1 million cologne. And I haven't had this very long. I picked this up when I pulled up on JP and them out there in Texas. I like this fragrance. I really, really do. It's getting hard to get, but the price hasn't just went stupid on it yet. Because like I got this for about $60. So you can run across it out in the wild if, again, you're not going to hardly run across it at TJ Maxx or places like that, but nothing surprises me anymore. So you may be able to, or you may catch it in stock on Fragrance Net or Fragrance X or someplace like that. But I've even seen it, I want to say, did I see this on Macari? I want to say I did, and it was around the $60 or $70 mark, which again, and I say the price on it hasn't skyrocketed, but you got to realize the first time I bought this fragrance, I wasn't sure if it was 1 million or 1 million cologne, so I bought it. And I know it says 1 million cologne, but I wasn't sure at that time if it was the 1 million that was so popular. I bought it, and it was like $50 at TJ Maxx, and I was just like, I don't know. And at the time, I just got married. Money was a little funny. Even though I liked the fragrance and the way it performed, I was like, I'm just gonna take it back because I don't even have I don't even have 1 million yet. I don't need cologne, so I took it back. And I always regretted it. And again, when I was out in Texas hunting with JP and Manny, we went into one of the shops, and I was like, yeah, I have 1 million cologne, because that's what I was basically looking for, was discontinued fragrances. And the guy was like, yeah. I was like, you have 1 million cologne? He was like, yeah. He had like 3 bottles of it. And I bought 2 and JP bought 1. So, and we got them for about $60, which I think was a steal. But again, this hasn't really dwindled in supply yet, but it hasn't increased in popularity either. So if you find that you can still get it at a really good price, just be careful. You know, because there are people that will try to charge $150, $200 a bottle for it, and it's definitely not worth that. 60 to maybe $100 at best, and that's a good, you know, wheelhouse to start with this fragrance, a good price point. But again, it is a good smelling fragrance. It is nice. I think I got enough where I can waste the spray. Fresh Cologne is a great name for this fragrance, especially compared to the original 1 million, because you do pick up on some of that bubblegum playfulness, but you don't have the spice. You know, it's like very, very chill. You know, it's like this is the more mature older brother to 1 million, where 1 million comes in loud and obnoxious and knocking people's hats off and, you know, acting crazy. 1 million Cologne comes in behind him and apologizes. It's like, I'm sorry, forgive him, he's drunk. You know, we're gonna take him home. That's 1 million Cologne compared to 1 million. Very smooth, a little bit rosy, a little bit bubbly gummy, a little bit juvenile, playful, but yet a really good smelling fragrance. One of the most underrated fragrances in my collection. We're gonna stay in the line of 1 million, and we're gonna go with Prive. Now this one, I've had this fragrance for years. I've talked about this fragrance, tried to get people to buy it, and it was just slept on, slept on, slept on. Now they've discontinued it, and sadly, I have noticed the prices on this one going up. It is still relatively cheap for an inexpensive, for a discontinued fragrance. It's still relatively inexpensive is what I'm trying to say. You can pick this up anywhere. Again, I don't do much on eBay. I don't do much on Amazon, but you can pick this up on Mercari and places like that. I think I saw it for around 70 to 80. So that's a good place for you to look. I don't think this one would be cloned a lot. I just see it being hard to clone this bottle. And if it's a fake, you would be easy to tell because this bottle is very unique. So I don't see this being cloned a lot. I just don't. But it's definitely one that you should get your hands on while the supplies are still plentiful, because as they dwindle, again, that price is just going to go up. This time next year, this may be $200, $250 a bottle because it has that 1 million name behind it in Prive. Great smelling fragrance, but it just, to me, it never got the love that it deserved while it was plentiful. And now that it's been discontinued, you have people clamoring, running and picking it up, which I understand because it's a great smelling fragrance. I was thrilled when I found it at TJ Maxx, and it was funny because somebody had stuck it way off in the back of the store, and I was married to Kels at the time, and I went to the men's section and was looking, and I saw nothing, and I was trying to find her, which I knew she'd been in the shoe section, and she comes walking over with this crazy look on her face like, do you have this one? And I'm like, no, I don't. And you find that here? And it's not been many times that I've actually even seen Prive in the rack store, so I was happy to get it in a gift set. But nonetheless, 1 million Prive, definitely one you should get your hands on. One from the house of Bulgari. As my battery is getting low, of course I'm shooting a video, so why wouldn't my battery be low? That has been discontinued, and it is known as the hockey puck, and it is Bulgari Black. And I like this fragrance. I always have. I like it. Just different. It's just different. And I like that. A little bit of sweetness, a lot of smokiness, a lot of like tar, like burnt rubber mixed with like a coffee type of vibe. I like it. To me, it's just different. It's just different. I'm not sure what the price point on this one is. Again, it's not a very popular fragrance. At one time it was amongst YouTubers and reviewers that were trying to be cutting edge and different, and then it just seemed like the niche world of fragrance started to explode, and suddenly fragrances like this weren't as edgy and as different as they once were, and people kind of lost interest in it and lost track of it. Some people just flat out don't like it, but I do. And I paid around $30 for it, and I think it's an odd size, like a 1.3 ounce or something like that, but I am so proud to have it in my collection. I love the way that it smells. I think like me. It's like me. It's different. It's in its own lane, and it's just not for everybody. But for those of you that get it, you get it. And this is one that you need to get. Not sure of what the price on it is, but I am sure that the prices on it have not started to skyrocket yet again, because it's one of those fragrances where, not to sound like your economics teacher, economics if you're fancy, but supply and demand. Simple. If you got it, then you demand. You know, the supplies on it are still plentiful, so the demand and the price has not went up yet, but it will. It will. Give it a few years. So pick this up now, Bulgari Black. This next one is another one, perfect example of the supplies and the price have not went up yet, but it won't be long. Benz fragrance, and this was a gift from the lovely Julie. Mercedes-Benz. Mercedes-Benz Men Black, or Club Black, whatever. My goodness. If you like sweet wintertime, date night, chill fragrances, this is one you need to buy simply because it smells good, not because it's discontinued, but it is so seductive and sexy. And I really enjoyed this fragrance a lot. Hold on, JP's calling. What's up, man? No, I ain't talked to Manny today. I ain't talked to Sam Archie for what? Let me hit you back, bro. I'm doing this video. I told you that the 49ers was going to beat the Cowboys and the Packers. We're going to the Super Bowl. Man, I'll call you back, Jay. He's upset about the Cowboys still. Nonetheless, all the shenanigans aside, this is a beautiful, sweet, sexy, romantic little fragrance. And you can pick this up right now in between 30 and 50 bucks. And I know that's a wide little, but still. Between 30 and 50 bucks. Mercedes-Benz Club Black. Great little fragrance. This next one is one that has recently been discontinued. And again, the supplies on it have not started to dwindle. Again, another gift from Julie. Birthday gift. And this is Prada L'Homme Intense. I love it. I mean, it's just, and this is a fragrance that, again, you can get in between the price points of $30 and $50 for this 50 ml. It's one of those fragrances that when you smell it, and this word gets thrown around a lot, especially on my channel, niche quality. I mean, but how else can I describe this fragrance to you? A great smelling fragrance on a budget, and it's Prada, so you know it's well made. Very sexy, very office friendly, leans more towards cooler weather, but I think it's a year-round, 4 seasons, winter, summer, spring, and fall. I just like it. I really do. It just has this vibe, this energy about it to me that just smells really, really nice. Not as soapy as Prada L'Homme, but to me it's sexier. I don't own a full bottle of Prada L'Homme. I will be adding it, but still. Prada L'Homme Intense. Great one. You guys need to pick that up. This one, the prices may be starting to climb on it and getting away from it, from us. And again, it is a niche quality fragrance. It is from the house of Robert Graham, and it is Valor. All of them have been discontinued. Valor, Courage, and Fortitude. I'm interested in all 3. If I ever see them, I will pick them up. I have Valor. And again, this is just a smooth, gentlemanly, slightly watery, but not aquatic. And I know that doesn't make any sense, but it just has this vibe, this energy. Great looking bottle design. Love the presentation. It just smells good. It just smells good. It's one of those fragrances that you wonder, like, of all things to discontinue, why would you discontinue this? You know what I mean? Okay, why this? Why this, Robert Graham? Why not continue to make this? I know you had to make money. Good smelling fragrance. It just smells good. It just smells good. It smells like a man that is on a mission, knows his purpose, and is on a path to find it. Valor. Okay, I've got 2 more. This next one was my first purchase from the house of Victor and Ralph from the Spice Bomb line, and it is Spice Bomb Fresh. And I picked this up on vacation in Biloxi, Mississippi. Is it similar to the original Spice Bomb? Yeah, it is. Take the original Spice Bomb and add a citrus opening. And that's what you get. But to me, that citrus opening makes all the difference in the world. I love Spice Bomb. I love Spice Bomb Extreme and Spice Bomb Night Vision, but this may be my favorite. Do you need this fragrance if you have Spice Bomb? No, you don't. But it's one it was already an expensive fragrance, because it seems like I paid around $100 for this anyway. The prices haven't really exceeded that, so I'm gonna say it's, you know, still where it was. But again, it's one of those fragrances that was never popular to begin with. It didn't catch on. A lot of reviewers was like, well, it's just not necessary to have it. If you like fresh fragrances, if Spice Bomb is too much, then they would say, well, just don't spray as much. Yeah, but you still don't have the freshness. You know what I mean? And the freshness is definitely there, and that's what sold me on it when I was sitting there smelling this next to the original Spice Bomb, and the fact that it was in September, and I thought I can wear that now because it just had that freshness in the opening of it, and I love it. You know, I'm a sucker for neroli and citrusy type fragrances, and Spice Bomb Fresh offers that. Pick this up now before the supplies go down and the price goes up. And it's gonna cost you in between $70 and $80 now, but I think it's well worth it. Yes, I like that. And last but not least is one of my favorite fragrances, my best smelling fragrances. One that just makes me, Fat Joe, lean back on him. Valentino Aqua. And this is just a grown man, sexy, mature aqua. It's a sophisticated aqua. This is not Cool Waters, and I love Cool Waters, but this is not Cool Waters. This is something different. This is something entirely different. I'm gonna waste the spray just for y'all. But again, the price on this hasn't gone through the roof yet. Man, that smells good. And I want to say that all of the Valentinos in this bottle have been discontinued. So if you're wanting to get them, now is a good time to try to find them before they dwindle and disappear. I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of yellow diamonds, but I'm going to pick it up, as well as the original Valentino Uomo, simply because they're in this bottle and I don't want them to get away. And I have Aqua, I have Intense, and I have Born in Roma, so I will be adding yellow diamonds and Valentino Uomo. Yeah, just to let you know. But this fragrance here, goodness, it is a warm aquatic. So you have that warmth. It's just, to me, it says, hi, come and cuddle with me. Just come close to me, be in my presence. Yes, it smells good. It just smells different from, you know, most aquatics. It just has a warm fuzziness, not like champagne, but just a warm coziness to it that just says, come here. Yes, you, come cuddle with me. That's what this fragrance says to me, and I absolutely love it. Valentino Uomo Aqua. Guys, that is it. That is it. That's all I got for you. No stories and no nothing, none of that, you know. But if you see any of these fragrances out, in all seriousness, I urge you and encourage you to pick them up now. I encourage you to get them while you still can, at a good price, because I guarantee you they're not going to get cheaper than what they are now. So you wait a year, you wait 2 years, 3 years, they're going to be through the roof. So go ahead and pick these up now while you can and enjoy them. Enjoy them. I wear all of these fragrances. I don't just sit on them because they're discontinued. I'm going to wear them. All right, guys, that is it. So you know the drill here. Thank you for stopping by the channel and always returning to the scene of the crime. I hope you all are having a beautiful and wonderful weekend. Don't forget to pull for those Niners as we try to get back to the bowl, baby. Go Niners. Anyway, yeah, with that being said, thank you for returning to the scene of the crime. I love you all, and God bless you all. Always remember to be active in the comment sections. And if you have some discontinued gems that are still reasonably priced, or at least reasonable compared to where they were priced originally. How about that? So leave it in the comments, let me know and tell me all about it. With that being said, I'm going to jump off here, thumb it, edit it so you can see it, and I will catch you guys later. Until next time, peace.